everybody, welcome back to Miss B's Plan B. It's lovely to see you. I hope that you're well. Today we're going to continue learning about birds, but this week we're actually going to be thinking about what birds eat. So my first question for you is, what do you think birds eat? Have a little bit of thinking time. How many different things can you name? Might want to tell a grown-up there. Okay, we'll pause the video and have a little chat about it. So let's find out what you said. What sort of things do you think birds eat? Shout them out. Brilliant. I can hear some of you shouting things like worms, berries, fruits, seeds, nuts. That's excellent. Well done for thinking of all those things. Now, some of you might already know this, but during the winter it gets much harder for the birds to find food. If you think about it, the daylight hours are getting much shorter. So it's dark probably when you wake up and dark when you go to bed. So the days are much shorter, which means the birds have less time to find food. Because of this, what we're going to learn about today is how we can make our own simple bird feeder to help feed the birds and attract them to our local area. So I'm going to show you a very simple design for how to make a toilet or kitchen roll bird feeder. You might though after this like to look online because there are loads of other designs too, and have a go at making some others. So all you will need for this one is a toilet roll, some fat and some bird food, which I'm going to talk about each thing. So first of all, you can either use a toilet roll or a kitchen roll, totally up to you. Then what you need is some fat. Now you can use things like lard or suet, or you can actually get vegan equivalents. Remember to take care when using a knife because knives can be sharp. I recommend using a very blunt knife or a spatula instead. Always keep it away from your body. And what you're going to do is you're going to, with a knife, carefully spread that over your roll. Okay, making sure you give it a good covering. So this is where you might want to do it over a tray, or put something down on the table first of all, or make sure you've got a plate underneath so that you don't get everything too mucky. So spread it with a good layer. You will need the fat at room temperature to make it spreadable, otherwise it would be quite solid and it'd be hard to do it, so you need to make it nice and soft by leaving it at room temperature, and then you spread it all over your roll, trying to cover every little bit of it because then more food is going to stick to it. Now as we're doing that, I'll just talk to you a little bit about food. Bird food, it's very important that we feed birds with the right kind of food because otherwise it could actually make them sick. Now, good news is lots of places in the shops now, so I know lots of supermarkets and garden centres now sell good quality bird food. You can also buy it online and from the RSPB website. But some of you might have other things at home that would be suitable, but you can check on the RSPB website just to make sure you're feeding the right things. So things that they like are things like seeds, so you might have sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds at home, grated cheese. They love things like apples and pears, so you can grate some of that. And what we're going to do is I've actually got some bird seed I bought ready, okay, and I've put mine on a plate to make sure it's nice and neat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my roll and I'm going to roll it into the seed. And what you'll find as you're rolling it backwards and forwards, this is a nice activity. Nice and relaxing doing this. Here we go. So what you will find is after rolling it backwards and forwards, you will get lots and lots of seed stuck to your roll. And what you can do is so simple. You can then take this and you can actually thread it onto a branch, okay, like that. So it's there ready for the birds to perch on the branch and peck the seeds off. And what you might like to do is you might want to sign up to the RSPB's Big Garden Bird Watch, which is happening at the end of January on the weekend of the 29th to the 31st. And what you can do is you can do some bird spotting, and it's really useful for the RSPB for people to record what birds they see, as it helps them to find out more about what's happening to different bird species across the United Kingdom. So So that might be a fun thing you want to take part in. One thing I will say is when you put it up, don't be discouraged if birds don't come straight away, because it takes a while for birds to know that you're putting out food for them. But once you start, they will remember that, so it's quite important that you keep topping it up. You might even decide one day to invest in your own bird feeder. So here's an idea of how you can make one of your own, and I hope you have lots of fun and get some interesting visitors to your garden. That's all from me. Take care. See you again soon. Goodbye.